"We need to talk," Abby said from somewhere behind her. Claire barely heard her over the rattle of plates she was stacking on the buffet table. She threw a glance over her shoulder and laughed. "You might want to check out my latest podcast, honey. I just told my listeners never to start conversations with their spouses using those 4 little words. They make it sound as if something bad is going on." "But we really need to talk," Abby said. "1 second, honey." Claire slid the flower arrangement in the middle of the table more to the right. "Can you see if the bartender has everything he needs? Claire, please." Something in Abby's tone made the hairs on Claire's neck stand on end, but she shook off the feeling. It was the day of their engagement party. Nothing unpleasant was allowed to intrude. She turned around. Abby stood in the middle of their dining room, her back ramrod straight, her face pale, and the cocktail dress Claire had picked out for her to wear to the party suspiciously absent. Claire tensed. "What's wrong? Why aren't you dressed yet? Our guests will be arriving any moment." "I know, but Abby's gaze darted to the bartender and to the cellist they had hired to provide unobtrusive background music. "Can we talk in the kitchen for a second?" After one last glance back at the buffet table to make sure everything was the way she wanted it, Claire nodded and followed her. Abby pulled out a stool from the kitchen island. "Sit." That strange sense of dread niggled at the back of Claire's mind again. She eyed the stool. "We don't have time right now. Can't this wait?" "No," Abby said, stony-faced. "It can't. I've tried to talk to you all day, but you haven't sat still even for a second." Heat suffused Claire's face. "Well, I want to make sure everything is perfect." Abby squeezed her eyes shut and then opened them again. For the first time in 7 years, Claire couldn't read the look in the familiar blue irises. "Listen, Claire. I love you." Claire beamed. "I love you too." She chuckled. "Which is a good thing since we're planning to get married." "But I'm not in love with you anymore," Abby added. The floor tilted beneath Claire's feet. She swayed and grabbed hold of the stool.